Golden State Warriors fan, we're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. Whispers are swirling around the NBA world, and if what we're hearing turns out to be true, it might just be the most jaw-dropping betrayal in recent basketball history. Picture this: Nikola Jokic, the beloved two-time MVP, the heart and soul of the Denver Nuggets, has allegedly packed his bags and is headed straight to the Golden State Warriors. That's right, Jokic, the man who led the Nuggets to their first ever NBA championship, might be ditching the mile-high city for the glitz and glam of the Bay Area. And let's be clear, this isn't just some off-season gossip. Multiple sources close to the situation are hinting at heated meetings, behind-the-scenes drama, and a shocking turn of events that absolutely no one saw coming. Fans in Denver are already spiraling, and the NBA Twitterverse is losing its collective mind. How could Jokic, who once said he wanted to spend his entire career in Denver, even consider such a move? What went wrong? Was it front office mismanagement? Locker room tensions? Or is this all just a master plan cooked up by the Warriors to return to dominance? Either way, buckle up, because if this rumor proves true, it changes everything. Whispers are swirling around the NBA world, and if what we're hearing turns out to be true, it might just be the most jaw-dropping betrayal in recent basketball history. Picture this: Nikola Jokic, the beloved two-time MVP, the heart and soul of the Denver Nuggets, has allegedly packed his bags and is headed straight to the Golden State Warriors. That's right, Jokic, the man who led the Nuggets to their first ever NBA championship, might be ditching the mile-high city for the glitz and glam of the Bay Area. And let's be clear, this isn't just some off-season gossip. Multiple sources close to the situation are hinting at heated meetings, behind-the-scenes drama, and a shocking turn of events that absolutely no one saw coming. Fans in Denver are already spiraling, and the NBA Twitterverse is losing its collective mind. How could Jokic, who once said he wanted to spend his entire career in Denver, even consider such a move? What went wrong? Was it front office mismanagement? Locker room tensions? Or is this all just a master plan cooked up by the Warriors to return to dominance? Either way, buckle up, because if this rumor proves true, it changes everything. It all allegedly started during the early weeks of the offseason. Right after the Nuggets were eliminated in the Western Conference semifinals, there were already murmurs that Jokic looked a little checked out. Observers noted that the Serbian superstar wasn't quite himself, emotionally distant in press conferences, skipping promotional events, and reportedly not answering team texts. That's when the rumor mill began grinding in overdrive. An anonymous executive told a Serbian sports outlet that Jokic had been in private contact with several members of the Warriors organization, including, and get this, Stephen Curry himself. According to that source, Curry reached out to Jokic for a casual chat, but the conversation quickly evolved into a deeper discussion about basketball philosophy, legacy, and building a super team. And honestly, if Steph Curry is calling you, you pick up, you listen. The idea of pairing two of the most unselfish, genius-level players in the NBA is the kind of thing that would break the league. And apparently, Jokic didn't just listen, he bought in. The chemistry, the vision, the mutual respect, it was all there. It was a conversation that may have sparked a revolution in the league's power dynamics. Behind the scenes, things reportedly got messy in Denver. A growing rift between Jokic and the Nuggets front office may have been bubbling beneath the surface for years. Sources close to the team claim that Jokic had been quietly frustrated with Denver's inability to consistently surround him with high-level talent and durability. The Jamal Murray injuries, the roster inconsistencies, and the alleged favoritism in the locker room might have pushed Jokic to his breaking point. There's even talk that Jokic clashed with head coach Michael Malone in private meetings, particularly over usage rate and late game play calls. Though both have always spoken respectfully about each other publicly, the internal atmosphere may have soured after this season's disappointing playoff exits. Meanwhile, the Warriors were apparently lurking, watching, waiting. Their dynasty might have taken a hit in recent years, but Bob Myers' shadow and Steve Kerr's allure still carry weight. They're rebuilding with intelligence, keeping their core while reimagining their future. And it looks like that future might just include Nikola Jokic. If the Warriors pulled this off, we're not just talking about a headline, we're talking about a seismic shift in NBA power. Now, what would that mean for Golden State? The Warriors already have one of the most fluid offensive systems in the league. Imagine dropping JOKIC into that ecosystem. Steph Curry off ball, Klay Thompson spacing the floor, Draymond Green orchestrating from the elbows, and JOKIC arguably the best passing big man of all time playing point center. It would be an absolute basketball symphony, and while skeptics will question the fit, wondering about defensive matchups or how egos might collide, those concerns melt away when you think about the IQ levels at play. JOKIC doesn't dominate the ball selfishly, he amplifies everyone around him. That's what he's done in Denver, and that's exactly what he could do in Golden State. And don't forget, JOKIC is still only 30, he's got several elite years left in him. And surrounded by championship veterans, he could extend his prime even longer. Add to that the Warriors' recent draft picks, a reloaded bench, and the return of an energized Steve Kerr, and we might be looking at the most terrifying Warriors team since the Durant era. Could this be the league's next unstoppable force? Meanwhile, Denver fans are in full panic mode, social media is on fire, and Nuggets supporters are demanding answers. How did the team let their generational talent walk away without a public fight? Was it a trade, a buyout, an opt-out clause we didn't know about? Nobody has official confirmation yet, and the Nuggets front office has been suspiciously quiet. But insiders suggest that Denver may have known this was coming and had been preparing for it behind closed doors. There's speculation that talks with other teams about a massive rebuild began weeks ago. Some even say that JOKIC gave them a heads up he didn't want to leave them hanging. But his decision was final. Fans feel betrayed, and understandably so. They watched JOKIC grow from a chubby second-round pick into an MVP, a champion, and one of the greatest players the franchise has ever seen. For many, he was the Nuggets. Seeing him in another jersey, especially the blue and gold of a rival powerhouse like Golden State, feels like a betrayal on a mythic scale. It's LeBron to Miami level. It's Durant to the Warriors all over again. But this one hurts different. From a league perspective, this rumored move would reshape the entire Western Conference. The balance of power would tip dramatically toward the Bay Area once again. Every team from the Lakers to the Suns would be forced to reevaluate their strategy. Do they try to match firepower with firepower, or pivot toward defense-heavy rosters to try and contain the uncontainable? The ripple effects would be enormous. Think about the free agents who might suddenly be willing to sign minimum contracts just for a chance to play alongside JOKIC and Curry. Think about the sponsorship deals, the ticket sales, the national TV slots. The NBA, let's be honest, loves a super team, and if this rumor becomes reality, the league will cash in big time. But for purists, for die-hard fans who love balance, this feels like a punch in the gut. Another dynasty being formed not through development or draft magic, but through backdoor conversations, superstars texting superstars, and power plays that leave small market teams in the dust. It's the business of basketball, yes, but it's also the heartbreak of fandom, because while the league wins, some cities lose their very soul. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive dubs. Updates, let's keep going. Of course, let's not forget the human element here. JOKIC isn't your typical NBA superstar. He's a reserved, family-oriented guy who loves horses more than headlines. He's always seemed uncomfortable in the limelight, rarely embracing the flash and spectacle that come with NBA stardom. That's why this alleged move feels so out of character. What changed? Did JOKIC finally decide to chase legacy in a new way? Was he tired of carrying the weight of an entire franchise on his back? Or was this simply about personal happiness, maybe even something outside basketball entirely? Some Serbian media outlets have hinted that JOKIC and his family have been looking for a different lifestyle, possibly even eyeing a move to California for personal reasons. And when you add the professional appeal of playing for a team like Golden State, the pieces start to align. Still, the emotional whiplash is real. Fans who saw JOKIC as the anti-diva, the loyal superstar who wouldn't play the ring-chasing game, are now grappling with a reality that feels ripped from a script. If he really made this decision, it wasn't made lightly, and it might mark the beginning of a new chapter not just for JOKIC, but for the entire league. Then there's the Warriors side of this, and make no mistake, they're playing chess, while the rest of the league plays checkers. If they truly pulled off this move, it's a masterstroke. After losing Kevin Durant and watching age and injuries creep in, many had written off the dynasty, but Bob Myers may have passed the torch, with one final power play, laying the groundwork for JOKIC to take over. The Warriors have always valued intelligence, ball movement, and culture. They don't just collect talent, they integrate it. That's why JOKIC fits like a glove. He's not a ball-dominant, ESO-heavy scorer, he's a connector. And in a system built on connectivity, that's more dangerous than any crossover or fadeaway. Plus, let's not ignore the financial gymnastics this move would require. The Warriors are deep in luxury tax territory, and pulling this off would require trades, waivers, and some serious cap wizardry. So how did they do it? Is there a sign-and trade with Denver? Did Draymond or Klay take pay cuts to make room? Those details haven't surfaced yet. But if the smoke is real, the fire behind it might be the most calculated rebuild in modern NBA history. The media response, as expected, has been explosive. Pundits are divided. Some are praising JOKIC for finally putting himself in a position to win multiple championships. Others are calling it a betrayal of the small market loyalty narrative he once embodied. Talk shows are ablaze with debates. Is this good for basketball? Is the league better with another super team? Or does it alienate fan bases who've stuck by their stars through thick and thin? And then there's the psychological toll. JOKIC has always carried himself as someone who didn't care about media narratives, but how will he respond when the headlines start painting him as a villain? Can the soft-spoken MVP handle the noise, the pressure, and the target on his back that will inevitably follow this move? And what about Steph? Is he ready to share the spotlight in his twilight years? Or is this all part of a broader legacy play? Curry's final act as both player and mentor, helping to shape the next great era of Warriors basketball? Whatever the answers are, this story isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about identity, ambition, and the complicated world of superstar decisions. Right now, nothing is official. We haven't heard from JOKIC himself. No press conference, no tweet, not even a cryptic Instagram story. The Nuggets remain silent, the Warriors tight-lipped. But the basketball world is buzzing like a live wire. Airline staff claim they saw JOKIC landing in San Francisco. A private gym in the Bay Area reportedly closed for a VIP session earlier this week. These aren't confirmations, but they're clues, breadcrumbs in a story that's either the most elaborate hoax in NBA history or the biggest blockbuster since LeBron took his talents to South Beach. And as fans, we live for this drama, the chaos, the betrayal, the wild what-ifs. Whether you're heartbroken, furious, or thrilled, you're feeling something. That's the power of the game. And while we wait for the dust to settle, one thing's certain: if JOKIC really just left the Nuggets for the Warriors, we're not witnessing a trade, we're witnessing a betrayal. A shift in the NBA cosmos, and the dawn of a brand new super team. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.